They'll hide it in pineapples, sew it into children's clothes, and even implant it inside their own bodies. From narco-submarines cruising beneath the waves to cats and pigeons enlisted as couriers, the creativity of the cartels is as shocking as their ruthlessness.
Where somebody's inserted a tool into the side to prise the soul.
These smuggling methods aren't just clever, they're downright insane. Stay alert to witness the 20 most insane ways cartels smuggle drugs. Number 20. In breast implants. Some people get cosmetic surgery to boost their confidence. Others apparently do it to boost their cartel's profit margins. Case in point, a Panamanian woman landing at Barcelona's El Prat airport with 3 pounds of stuffed into her breast implants. Customs officers spotted the red flags. And they weren't from Runway Fashion Week. We're talking fresh surgical scars, blood-stained gauze, and skin the color of printer paper. That's less beauty enhancement and more, what the hell happened to you? Her story. She just had surgery. The truth? Hospital scans showed no silicone, no saline, just 2 perfectly packaged bags of coke riding shotgun in her chest. Sure, smugglers have hidden drugs in shoes, hair extensions, even fruit. But this is smuggling so personal it comes with a medical bill. One wrong move and she could have gone from mule to medical emergency faster than you can say customs inspection. Number 19. Smuggling tunnel. Who needs Amtrak when you have a 6-story deep high-tech tunnel from Tijuana to San Diego? Border Patrol called it smuggling. We call it ambitious. Nearly 2,000 pounds of coke along with meth and heroin were seized. 6 locals now face serious charges. Not the old marijuana game anymore. Hard drug, small and sneaky, usually slip past border checkpoints. But tunnels like this let smugglers move massive loads fast, deep beneath the walls. At about 6 stories down, this tunnel reveals how border fences only stop surface threats. Since 2006, around 15 tunnels have been discovered in this same industrial zone, offering perfect soil, cover, and a perfect crime scene. No cartel name dropped this time, but authorities say every tunnel they find, they'll shut down for good. Concrete fills the hole and cuts off the underground freeway. The border's battle isn't just on the surface anymore, it's underground and it's far from over. Number 18. Pregnancy bump. Occasionally you come across stories of people faking a pregnancy to garner sympathy from those around them. In a more unusual case, others have done it to smuggle 4.4 pounds of coke onto an Air Canada flight. At Bogota's airport, a 28-year-old woman arrived looking like she was ready to give birth, except her baby was made of latex, cold to the touch, and worth far more than diapers. Inspectors didn't need a gender reveal party to figure out something was off. One quick pat down, and that hard, unyielding belly screamed, "Congratulations, it's a felony!" The would-be smuggler, a social worker from Toronto, had only been in Colombia for a few days before trying to waddle her way through security. Her belly wasn't just a costume prop, it was a custom-built compartment for high-grade. Colombian authorities shut the plan down before she could board, adding her to the long list of foreigners, nearly 900 of them, sitting in Colombian prisons for drug charges. Lesson learned: latex babies don't cry, but they do get you arrested. And the only delivery this mother-to-be made was straight into police custody. Number 17. Hair extensions. Some women go to the salon for volume. These 2 went for volume and 4 pounds of coke. Their destination was Madrid, Spain, but first they had to pass through Colombian airport security, where scanners don't care how glamorous you look. The plan? Hide plastic tubes of coke inside their hair extensions, turning their hairstyles into storage units. Unfortunately for them, airport body scanners are basically X-ray vision with no appreciation for fashion trends. Authorities spotted the weird lumps right away, and Colonel Carlos Alberto Potes confirmed what the officers already knew. This wasn't just a bad hair day, it was a A careful hands-on inspection followed, plastic tubes removed, cracked open, and tested. The result? 4.3 pounds of pure cocaine off the streets and their travel plans permanently canceled. It's almost impressive, turning hair into a high-risk smuggling compartment. But here's the problem. Detection tech has evolved too. The only runway these two ended up walking was the one leading straight back to a holding cell. Number 16. Narco-submarines. Ah yes, nothing says totally safe career choice like climbing into a leaky fiberglass bathtub stuffed with millions in coke and hoping the ocean doesn't swallow you whole. These beauties, known as narco-subs, started as DIY floating disasters, basically plywood, fiberglass, and pure optimism, chugging just under the surface to avoid detection. Fast forward a few years and the cartels decided to level up. Now we've got metal hulls, GPS, satellite comms, the works. Some of these things look like they could moonlight as actual Navy gear. If the Navy's mission was deliver 6 tons of coke before lunch. In 2019, the U.S. Coast Guard nabbed one of these stealth tubs off the Pacific coast, pulling a jaw-dropping 12,000 pounds of coke out of it. The next year, Colombian forces busted a 65-foot jungle-built semi-sub capable of hauling 6 tons while giving the middle finger to radar systems. Make no mistake, these aren't just boats, they're floating middle fingers to international law. It's a high-stakes chess match out there. Patrols above, smugglers below, and the ocean quietly thinking, one storm and I'm keeping this thing forever. Number 15. Cocaine and sugar. Nothing says sweet deal like hiding 4 tons of cocaine inside sugar sacks. Because apparently, in cartel world, dessert is the new delivery system. This record-breaking bust in Paraguay packed nearly $250 million worth of nose candy into 88-pound bags, all headed to Belgium. Yes, Belgium. Because when you think waffles, you think cocaine. Enter Puerto Cacupemi port, where customs agents and their 4-legged narcotics connoisseurs decided to taste test the shipment. Spoiler, it wasn't just sugar. This was Paraguay's biggest cocaine bust ever, officially dubbed Operation Sweetness, which sounds like a rom-com, but is actually the cartel's worst nightmare. The president made it clear, Paraguay is done playing the middleman in your global coke buffet. Ports are now locked down tighter than a miser's wallet, and smugglers can kiss their candy-coated dreams goodbye. Sure, sugar might mask the smell to humans, but trained dogs aren't fooled. They'll sniff out your product faster than you can say cavities. The message is loud and clear. The sweet life is over, and the only thing you'll be serving is prison time. Number 14. 106 capsules, inside woman. When desperation meets danger, smuggling takes a turn. A 25-year-old woman pushed the limits by swallowing 106 cocaine capsules to sneak drugs into India. Arrested at Delhi's International Airport after a tip-off, she was rushed to the hospital, where authorities spent a week carefully extracting the dangerous cargo. Officials say she ingested the capsules in São Paulo, Brazil, with plans to hand them off to a Nigerian contact waiting in Delhi. Each tightly packed capsule made this the largest number ever recovered by Indian narcotics officials. Together, the haul was worth an eye-watering $734,000, cash hidden inside the most unlikely of containers, her own body. This case lays bare the brutal risks drug couriers face daily. Smuggling has evolved far beyond suitcases or secret compartments. It's become a deadly endurance test where human lives are gambled in the name of profit. What drives someone to swallow dozens of cocaine capsules, risking their health and freedom? And how far will traffickers push before the costs outweigh the gains? One thing remains clear. No matter how traffickers try to outsmart the system, whether stuffing drugs in shoes, fake watermelons, or human bodies, law enforcement's grip tightens with every attempt. The game may get riskier, but the net only grows stronger. Number 13. Shoes. Most people pack shoes for comfort or style. This 21-year-old packed hers for 3 pounds of cocaine. 7 pairs to be exact. Sneakers, sandals, wedges, all with soles stuffed like they'd been on a very different kind of shopping spree. She was returning from Jamaica when customs officers at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport decided she deserved a little extra attention. Why? No one's saying. Maybe it was the way she walked. Maybe it was just her luck. Either way, once her bags were opened, the truth was literally underfoot. White powder was tucked neatly inside each sole, and a quick test confirmed it was The shoes were then laid out on a table, each sliced open like some deranged footwear surgery, revealing her step-by-step smuggling plan. Shoes may be made for walking, But in this case, they were also made for a one-way trip to a holding cell. Next time, maybe stick to packing socks. Number 12. Cocaine stuffed pineapple. Spanish police struck a major blow at Madrid's Mercamadrid market, seizing 147 pounds of cocaine hidden inside hollowed-out pineapples. The shipment had traveled from Costa Rica by sea to Portugal's Setúbal port before making its way overland to the Spanish capital. Each pineapple was expertly carved out and packed with tightly compacted cocaine cylinders weighing between 1.8 and 2.2 pounds. To throw off detection dogs and scanners, the fruits were coated with wax or yellow paraffin, masking the chemical odors of the drugs inside. 7 suspects were arrested, 3 in Madrid and 4 in Barcelona, linked to this elaborate smuggling scheme. Spain's role as Europe's primary cocaine gateway, due in part to its historic ties with South America, makes it a hotspot for such inventive drug runs. This isn't the first time smugglers have gotten creative. Police have previously found cocaine concealed in everything from breast implants to wheelchair cushions, plaster casts, and even crockery sets. When it comes to hiding cocaine, pineapples are just the latest in a long line of unexpected containers, proving that smugglers will use any fruit or furniture to try to slip past the law. Number 11. Drug smuggling cat. Cats already think they own the place, but in Costa Rica, one took things to a whole new level. Prison guards caught this sleek black and white feline scaling the perimeter fence with over half a pound of marijuana and nearly 2.5 ounces of crack strapped to its fur. Forget mouse hunting. This cat was running a whole delivery service. Security footage shows a guard chasing it down, which, let's be honest, is not a sentence you expect in a prison incident report. Once caught, the drugs were carefully unstrapped layer by layer like some twisted gift wrap. Mission canceled. Inmates disappointed. Cat unimpressed. What was the plan here? Was the cat supposed to blend in with the other prison yard wildlife? Or just pretend it was late for a very illegal dinner date? Either way, the animal was handed over to the National Animal Health Service because nothing says rehabilitation like detoxing a drug mule with whiskers. Moral of the story: smugglers will use anything with legs, fur, or feathers. But prison guards have learned to watch the walls and the windowsills.
Get ready for today's mystic topic.
At first glance, it's just a truck full of cucumbers, until you notice the cops and 2 guys kneeling like they just lost the world's worst bet. Turns out these veggies were hollowed out and stuffed with cocaine like some insane farm-to-table nightmare. You've seen crazy smuggling stories, but produce stuffed with powder? That's a new one. How long did they think they'd get away with it? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to mention #MysticTopic.
Number 10.
Fake watermelons real meth. When $5 million worth of methamphetamine, nearly 4,600 pounds, gets concealed inside fake watermelons at the US-Mexico border. Officials at the Otay Mesa port in San Diego pulled a truck over for a closer look and uncovered 1,220 artificial watermelons packed with crystal meth. How do you disguise nearly 2 tons of drugs? By making them look like everyday fruit, blending in with real watermelons to avoid suspicion. It's a sophisticated tactic showing how cartel ingenuity keeps evolving. The truck driver, a 29-year-old man, was caught when Customs and Border Protection officials decided to dig deeper during a routine inspection. The haul alone represented a massive profit potential for traffickers: 4,587 pounds of pure methamphetamine worth close to $6 million. These fake fruits aren't just clever, they represent the lengths to which smugglers will go to mask their illicit cargo. The method is as deceptive as it is effective, using mimicry to bypass security measures. It's a sharp reminder that enterprises adapt with precision and daring, turning something as innocent as a watermelon into a lucrative hiding spot. This case underscores how border security constantly faces new challenges, matching wits with smugglers who innovate at every turn.
Number 9.
Cocaine jackets. What starts as a routine check quickly turns into a showcase of smuggling brilliance for customs agents. Over 4 pounds of cocaine didn't just cross borders, it crossed into children's winter coats, sewn meticulously into the linings. The suspects, 2 young U.S. citizens arriving from Peru, stumbled on their story, offering inconsistent and false statements that raised every red flag possible. Luggage that should have been ordinary suddenly became suspicious, weighted oddly, and carrying the unmistakable scent of vinegar and perfume. The coats, designed to keep kids warm, were weaponized as drug mules, a bitter irony wrapped in fabric. How often does a simple scent spark the unraveling of a smuggling scheme? The officer's sharp instincts turned what could have been a quiet customs day into a significant bust, stopping over 4 pounds of illicit narcotics from entering the city. This case shines a harsh light on how traffickers innovate, using even the most innocent-seeming items as cover. Smuggling tactics keep evolving, but so does vigilance. Each coat taken apart is a lesson learned, a reminder that every attempt to slip past borders is met with equally sharp resistance. The chess game at the border continues, where every move counts, and every misstep can mean the difference between bust and breakthrough.
Number 8.
Cocaine-soaked cardboard. Spanish police dismantled a sophisticated drug ring that smuggled cocaine into Europe by hiding it in plain sight inside the layers of cardboard boxes carrying pineapples and limes. Each box held no more than 3.5 ounces of cocaine, carefully impregnated during manufacturing. The subtlety of the operation was something else. Chemists traveled from Colombia to Spain, then onward to Bulgaria and the Netherlands, where they performed complex chemical extractions to retrieve the drug. The entire scheme revolved around a man known as the Surgeon, a doctor with a dark past linked to drug trafficking, and even the legendary Diego Maradona. His clinic doubled as a front for negotiation and coordination with the notorious Castañas gang along Spain's southern coast. Over the course of a year, international police collaboration led to 18 arrests across 4 countries and the seizure of roughly 2,200 pounds of cocaine. The network's reach and precision show how crime has evolved beyond the obvious, turning everyday shipments into vehicles for illicit trade. It's a stark reminder. Sometimes the most innocuous boxes hide the sharpest dangers.
Number 7.
Narco drones. Drones loaded with drug weapons are buzzing into Jordan's borders faster than ever. 9 narco drones have already been caught crossing from Syria this year, carrying crystal meth and captagon. While captagon usually passes through Jordan to reach the Gulf, most of the crystal meth is staying put, flooding local streets. Back in 2018, a gram went for $100, locking it out of reach for many. Today, a gram can be bought for as low as $35. That sharp price drop expanded access, driving both addiction rates and related crime.
Number 6.
Pigeon carries drug backpack. A small bird, silent and unassuming, was stopped cold near Kuwait's customs building carrying 178 ketamine pills strapped to its back in a tiny fabric pouch. This wasn't a message. It was a shipment disguised as feathers and wings, an unlikely but clever courier. For years, officials suspected pigeons were pulling double duty as drug carriers, but this was the first time one was caught mid-flight with contraband. The tactic isn't new. Back in 2015, prison guards in Costa Rica intercepted a pigeon carrying cocaine and cannabis zipped up in a tiny pouch. Colombian police had a similar bust in 2011 when a pigeon was grounded by the weight of cocaine and marijuana it carried, unable to fly over prison walls. Pigeons, known for their homing ability since Roman times, have long been nature's messengers. Their remarkable skill to find their way home has been exploited by traffickers to move lightweight, high-value narcotics across borders and prison walls. What once delivered vital messages now carries illegal payloads. This weaponization of a common bird transforms a simple flight into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Customs and police remain vigilant, watching the skies for the next feathered courier in the ongoing battle against smuggling.
Number 5.
Bread rolls. A simple lunch turned into a smuggling operation when police discovered bread rolls packed with cocaine. What looked like an ordinary snack concealed a dangerous cargo. That's exactly what Mexican police uncovered in a daring airport raid in Guadalajara. Sniffer dogs led the charge, sniffing out 15 bread rolls, each stuffed with a neat 120 grams of cocaine. At roughly $150 a gram, those rolls packed a punch worth around $270,000. Yes, that's nearly 3/4 million pesos hidden inside carbs. Clever, but not clever enough. Why bread? It's a classic disguise, easy to carry and blend in. But this wasn't just a tasty smuggling attempt, it's part of a growing trend. Mexico's airports are seeing a surge in small, crafty shipments as traffickers try to dodge stricter controls. Most of this coke is bound for the US, fueling a relentless and drug war on both sides of the border. So how far will smugglers go to sneak drugs past security? And can authorities keep up with these increasingly inventive tactics?
Number 4.
Rolling door cylinders. A shipping container docks from the Dominican Republic, looking like your average cargo shipment. But inside, hidden in the rolling door cylinders are 403 pounds of coke, ready to wreak havoc on the streets. This stash, worth $3.6 million, was stopped cold at San Juan's port. On October 3rd, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers from the Anti-Terrorism Contraband Enforcement Team put the MV Winds cargo under high-tech scrutiny. Their sharp instincts and non-intrusive scans uncovered 156 bricks of coke hidden where no one would think to look. This bust isn't just about intercepting drugs, it's about cutting off the supply chains that fuel addiction and violence in our communities. Roberto Vaquero, San Juan's Director of Field Operations, praised the relentless dedication of CBP officers who put everything on the line daily. How do you stop danger that's disguised in plain sight? By staying smarter, quicker, and never dropping the ball. Thanks to advanced technology and strong international partnerships, CBP is changing the game in border security. For now, the streets are safer, and the cost of getting through just got way steeper. Props to the officers who made it happen.
Number 3.
Cargo truck. At the Otay Mesa cargo port, a sleeper cab wasn't just resting, it was hiding a secret. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers lifted the compartment and found 2 black duffel bags stuffed with 286 pounds of methamphetamine and 26 pounds of fentanyl. That's not a simple haul, that's a ticking time bomb. Inside those bags, 64 cellophane-wrapped packages came to light, 59 packed with meth, 5 with fentanyl. The driver? A 36-year-old Mexican citizen with a valid border crossing card, now facing federal charges after being handed over to ICE and Homeland Security investigations. Why gamble with such a lethal load? Fentanyl is up to 50 times stronger than heroin. How many lives could this shipment have destroyed if it got through? What drives someone to risk it all for this kind of freight? This bust isn't just about seizing drugs. It's a stark reminder of the dangerous games played on the border. Every interception rewrites the rules of this silent war.
Number 2.
Blind mules. Smoke billowing from your car usually means one thing: trouble under the hood. But what if that smoke was just the tip of the iceberg? One woman cruising the San Diego freeway caught more than just a mechanical glitch. She stumbled into a drug smuggling scheme. Noticing smoke trailing from her car's rear, she made a quick pit stop at a downtown Jiffy Lube. What the mechanics found underneath wasn't your average engine trouble. Taped tight to the undercarriage were 2 bulky packages wrapped in plastic. Illegal drugs, with one bundle leaking suspicious white powder, adding another layer to the mystery. A tracking device glued nearby, silently broadcasting her every move. Why the tracker? Traffickers often hitch their cargo to unsuspecting drivers, usually on the Mexican side, then use the device to track and retrieve the goods once the coast is clear. One thing's certain: in the world of crime, even a routine repair can reveal secrets better left buried.
Number 1.
Cocaine-infused plastic. 12 arrests, a multi-generational crime family, and a cocaine operation so clever it fooled customs for years. How did they do it? By smuggling plastic pellets soaked with cocaine straight from Colombia to Spain, completely undetectable in routine inspections. This wasn't your average drug bust. This was a high-tech chemical heist running at over 1,322 pounds a month. The ring was led by grandparents and parents working together, shipping plastic pellets disguised as everyday materials. Once in Spain, 3 Colombian experts, imported and locked down in secret labs, worked around the clock extracting pure cocaine. 2 labs operated near Madrid, another in Toledo, with one alone pumping out 1,110 pounds monthly. That's serious production. The police started cracking down in late 2018, and their patience paid off. This wasn't just a bust, it was the biggest blow to cocaine processing in Spain. Authorities seized about 66 pounds of paste, 2.2 pounds of hydrochloride, 1,320 pounds of plastic pellets laced with and 792 gallons of chemical products. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected. Until next time, take care and keep exploring the world around you.